as Fridays are more quiet, I spent them classifying folks in my CRM. Are they hot? Are they low quality? Um, to advise my team of my existing pipeline. So, how much should we expect next week from my new sales, right? So, I go in my CRM and I also check the activities. So, like, did they receive my email? Um, let's see here. So, so this one has been sent, has not been read yet. We are fixing some bugs with our emails this week, so I'm validating that indeed the prospects received the email after I have got on a call with them, right? Which is super important. I also go on their LinkedIn and remind them of the email that I sent them, and I place them in the appropriate pipeline. Um, so I determine if they're good or not. I use this tool here called Apollo for pretty much everything sales. I certainly use it for my CRM and so forth. So I think I closed the window of. So what happens is after I book a call with them, right? I get on a call and I present their solution, and I automatically place them in the follow up pipeline. So they all end up in there, right? And there's the presentation. They can read through it. I removed the link, by the way, because we're having a delivery problem this week. Um, so that I don't end up in spam, right? Because the two problems I face generally, well, the one is general, the second is pretty occasional or exceptional. The first one is that I'm late to meetings, so it's like people don't appreciate that because I have a full calendar, so I need to fix it as a closer. And the second has been that this week we've been hitting some spam problems with the recent Google Workspace change. Google launched their email marketing suite, and they're trying to crack down on cold emails being sent from Google Workspace, which is very ironic because I still pay them to use their service. Um, anyway, like I've been fixing that with my technical guy, and that comes with like me asking myself, putting myself in the prospect shoes and asking myself, okay, why would I not deal with Charles? Well, Charles was late. It's not cool. So that's one. And two, uh, Charles landed in my spam. And if you get that 1-2 combo punch, you're dead, you know? Maybe if I'm late, fine, but like if I land in the spam, like that's like two things, and two things are not enough to take off someone to not deal with me. Coming back to my CRM here. So, and by the way, guys, constant improvement. I'm not perfect. I'm so far from perfect, you know? I do so many errors, just that I try more than people's. That's why I tend to be more successful. I try more. But I do so many mistakes and I get like so much feedback, and I'm very stoic about it. What can I do in my power to improve my odds of success? And that's it. You know, I don't worry about like doing this or doing that or being viewed like this. So, just gonna give you an example here. So here's my pipeline. I'm gonna open that contact in a separate window so that I don't lose that window here. And basically, I spoke with him this week. I'm also gonna pop off his LinkedIn just to get a face on a name because I speak with so many people that I tend to forget about people, except the ones that are super interesting, that I have great convoy and great client fit with, and that I absolutely want to work with. So, for example, this guy here, Faizan. Um, First, I'm gonna check if he received my emails. So he did not read it, so that might have gone into spam. So I'll just resend. Actually, he did read it. Got my last email. He read that one. So that's good. Um, that's the first thing I'll check. He still did not respond to my email. So I'm going to see with him on LinkedIn. And I remember the guy. He was quite interesting. He had somewhat of a big budget. or the earnings, let's say. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna add him in the hot. And hot is just it's signaling me that I should pursue them, right? I have interest to pursue them. While the low, I mean, I might waste my time following up with them. Slow energy doesn't create much return. Like sales rep, they should be heat seeking missiles with money. Money is the real motivation. When you close someone, money is energy. It's and what can you do with energy? Go get more energy. Spread that energy to the team. Spread that energy to the client. So that's the goal here. So I'm just gonna add him to hot pipeline to signal to, and I'm gonna put this like here to signal to my team that like yeah, I have him as revenue. My pipeline's around 10 ish big, and each transaction in them, around 80% will close in less than 14 days, and each is worth 1.2K, right? So you can estimate right there that there's, so let's say at 12,000, right? And 80%. So 80% is 4/5, right? So 4/5 of 12,000, 4/5 of 12,000. Let's say just real quick estimate, it's 10, right? 10,000. So I have 10,000 in my immediate pipeline. That's obviously motivating for the team. And it's minimum, the 1.2K, by the way. Minimum. By the way, I need to send an email to a client I had today. I also want I go back in my calendar to review who I've spoken to this week and who I forgot to send the quote, because that happens sometimes. Imagine if you meet like 15 people a day. I'm gonna go on my calendar and review everyone that's in there to make sure that I don't forget anyone. So Faison here, I've added him to my hot uh, pipeline, and I'm just gonna remove him from the closer follow up sequence because the hot pipeline is also like a sequence where people get a couple of emails and get follow ups just to make sure that they close in less than 14 days. And why close people in 14 days? It's not necessarily pressure that I want, but the their interest to buy as soon as possible, because we can start to help us get product market fit and get results as well. We also offer not like one in your we can follow so that we can have a predictable pipeline and know about the numbers in the next 2 weeks. So 14 days, 7 to 14 days, the average sell cycle here. And after 14 days, we'll be changing prices, So it's like, yeah, because we constantly update the prices, and it's like, okay, you need to make a decision quick. Also, we respect the fact of people that make decision quicks, you shouldn't really have any excuse at this point. So it's either you're in that one or you're out. And after 14 days, they're in the low pipeline, and also they will get different pricing. We move very fast in our offer. Our product tends to upgrade every like 1 to 2 weeks. That's also another reason. And yeah, for closers, it will be easy for them to calculate their sales cycles and when exactly to place someone in another pipeline, so that we can project that they may close in X amount of time. Let's say it's like 28-day close. And if they're not about to close at all, then we will put them in another pipeline, which is the newsletter. The newsletter is constant value added to their mailbox about cold email and educate them. And we insinuate that they didn't have the education about cold email. They don't get the excitement about the product. And we need to educate them on that. Add the education. And once they have the education, then they can be finally ready to buy. That's just one of many pipelines. I have communities as well. I want them to interact with my content on LinkedIn and so forth. And up to there, like, what's the excuse not to buy, right? A competitor, we tend to be better than them, but that could be valuable. They did it internally. Sure, they're outreach genius themselves. Okay. I still want to stay in touch with them, even if it's not for dollar signs. Let's say I like connecting with people and sharing knowledge about them and having them interact. So that's my pipeline. That's my CRM. Hope you guys could benefit from that.